We are still alive. We are back on down the track. Me and my co-host Don will. We've been off for a while, but it's good to be back. Don, how are you doing, man? First of all,
I'm good. I'm good. I'm a little tan from a little bit of a break that I have taken recently, but apart from that, all good, bro.
yeah. I mean, I didn't want to talk about the IPL without you, so I did wait, and that's why we're a bit late. But it's good to have you back, and you're back. The IPL is finally over. It's been going on for 2.5 months. It felt like it was going on forever. And a very surprising winner. If you look at it after the auction, I don't think any of us gave them a shout. But Gujarat Titans, they made their mark when they bid for Arjun Tendulkar. They raised his price since then to now. They have shown their presence, and now they are the champions in their first season. We have a lot of friends who support Punjab and support other teams who have never won a title in 15 years. And then Gujarat comes in and wins the title in the first year. So great on them. Yeah, your initial thoughts on Hardik Pandya and his boys?
Yeah, I mean, I think like you said, I expected them to finish in the bottom half. Honestly, I expected them to finish the lowest. We always kept talking about them having a batting issue and everything, but they made with whatever resources they had. I think they did a fantastic job. I think Hardik Pandya led this team pretty well. We've always questioned not only us, but I think everyone in this whole world has questioned his integrity, has questioned his dressing skills, has questioned his coffee with current skills, all that, all sorts of things. But eventually, I think he comes out and he shuts his critics up with a IPL trophy in their faces. So irrespective of whatever you think about the man, I think he has again shown that he is the best all round option that India have at this point, and he's an extremely talented player who deserves to get all the accolades that he's getting at this point in time. So kudos to him. Well done to Hardik Pandya overall. Well done to the Gujarat Titans team. I think the selection, the coaching staff is doing a phenomenal job. Likes of Gary Kirsten, Ashish Nehra. Gary Kirsten back in the day has done well for India as well. Ashish Nehra has been getting a lot of stick about his RCB stint, but I think he's proven again that he is a reliable source to have in the backroom staff. There's a lot of other people that we can talk about, but kudos to Gujarat Titans. Did not expect them to win. I expect them to improve, hopefully. Otherwise, we're going to have a poor next season. But I think overall, for now, I think the fact that individuals stepped up, the likes of Miller, who's a forgotten story in IPL, comes back out there. The likes of the Ridhiman Saha, who really took that opening option up when Shubman Gill was struggling. They're bowling in Shami and Rashid and Loki. These guys were doing a fantastic job. Just fantastic performance by them. A lot of players stepped up and took the mantle to the other teams, and that's what mattered in the end.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Ashish Nehra, Gary Kirsten, we saw both of them in RCB in different times, and now they're both coming in as winners. And I honestly, I kept saying it that we all kept saying it. They're gonna break down. They're gonna break down. They're disjointed. We use that word maybe 100 times on this podcast, 100 times on WhatsApp, but. They proved everyone wrong. They proved us wrong. It was, I think, a very good effort in that way. Like surprising. And like you said, I think it's those match-winning knocks which just gave them that momentum. There was 2-3 games they should have never won, and that could have maybe decided their playoff fate. And yes, me and you are biased, and this team has hurt us the most, Gujarat, especially with that game. But there was 4 games like that, Don. It wasn't just that Sunrisers game. Even against Chennai, against Punjab, they just came and they started hitting sixes out of nowhere and won them the game. And sometimes you need a bit of luck on your side, and I think Hardik Pandya and he rode his luck. But at the same time, they had players who stepped up, and like you said, someone like a Miller probably. Um, Felt that this is his last chance, and like he liked that he had the responsibility. He's batting at 4 or 5, and he took that opportunity with both hands. Rashid Khan has never won a title with Sunrisers, but he was desperate to win that title. He was there. People were saying he's not as effective because everyone plays him out, but he proved people wrong again. And yeah, you have some good youngsters in Shubman Gill and everyone, so a bright future. But I still feel this team, I'm going to say the same. If this is the same team next season, I'll say the same thing. It's a bit disjointed, and they might have a collapse.
I completely agree. I think that they will need to shore up that batting a little bit. But like the fact that Hardik Pandya shouldn't be batting at 4, I still think that even though he took the responsibility of taking that number 4 in his own hands, and he played very very well for this team, I still think that he's more of your finisher, and they need like a little bit more of a middle order presence. A couple of players that can really improve that batting order will be, and obviously I'm sure they know that as well, and there will be some bids made for batting players, because the likes of Matthew Wade has not performed that much. They need to
Yeah.
bring in a couple of players who can really take that batting to the next level, because that's going to be important, because you're not going to have the likes of Miller having these
But
kind of
that's what I'm
phenomenal
saying. We
seasons.
keep saying that, but like something happens with this franchise.
Yeah, but it's going to be a year older, right? So it's gonna be a lot more
I agree.
different. So yeah.
I agree. Ashish is in the house. Thank you for joining us. He's saying Dawn prediction octopus ko khatam kar do.
Yeah, that's something that he's been saying. I've been trying to ignore it, and to be very honest, his khatam karne ka idea is a little I guess, with the lack of a better term, a little strong. His opinions are a little strong in that one, but yes, of course, I think our friend was he though when I got a few predictions right, I think in the end he really lost
You
it.
know,
so so
you, sometimes you have to be broad. I think it was, yeah, there was like 4 or 5 predictions you got right, and then suddenly it went all
yeah,
downhill.
yeah.
Those kind of moments. Ashish is also saying we all knew Gujarat playing on home ground with Home Minister in the house.
Those were
How did
discussions
you like the
for.
vibe of the stadium, though? The vibe of the Gujarat stadium,
It was
100,000.
solid. Yeah, it's a good vibe, no doubt about it. Like, as 100,000 people, you can always create like that kind of a vibe. But I think the kind of the topics that Ashish wants us to discuss has to be offline. I don't think we can do it on air. so so we'll leave it at that. But I think, yeah, overall, I
So,
think.
if you want to flip it a bit, it's not, yeah, not everybody can go and beat a home team and their home turf like Sunrisers did in 2016, right?
I don't think,
Not
yeah.
every, if you want to flip it that way, not every, it's not easy to do that. But yeah, Don, let's just go through the IPL 11. So basically, looking at an all-star kind of team, we don't have like a limit in terms of foreigners. I mean, you picked, I think, 5. So
Yeah.
let's go through your 11 based on performances, and yeah, see how it goes.
Yeah, just overall, just the kind of players that had the most impact, in my personal opinion, about the teams. I have, like I said, gone with 5 foreigners, but we start off with Kale and Joss as the openers. I
Yep.
think Kale had a fantastic season. Joss Butler has probably had the most phenomenal season I've seen in the past 5 years. Almost compares to the Virat Kohli 2016 kind of season that they had. Liam Livingston had some very good games for Punjab. So I have him at 3. David Miller, we spoke about him a little bit. He's just a revelation for Gujarat this season. So I have him at 4. Hetmeyer had some very good finishes for Rajasthan at 5.
Since that Sunil Gavaskar comment, he didn't click after that.
Yeah, well, I think he had a little bit of a problem after that, the delivering problem,
Yeah.
but he did not deliver as much as after that. But Sunil Gavaskar just surprises me. DK at 6 because he had a phenomenal season. Rash at 7, Chahal at 8, Bumi at 9, Mohsin Khan at 10, and I have Umran Malik at 11, because I think that pace adds a little bit of a different dimension at that number 11 spot. And he has picked up 15 wickets, so there's no real bias over there. It's just that pace that he was troubling batsmen left, right, and center. Mohsin Khan with his accuracy was very good. I think Bumrah again with his accuracy was very good. There is a case to maybe try in a couple of other players in. I tried very hard to bring in a Hasaranga but over a Rashid Khan I was not able to. I think Rashid Khan has proved enough that he's a worthy player at number 7, and he gives you 4 very good overs with the ball. And I needed to play 5 good bowlers, because in my top 6 I don't have that many bowling options. Liam Livingston can give you a couple of overs, but that's about it. But I think overall I needed to have 5 very strong bowlers. That's why I went with Raj, Chahal, Bumi, Mohsin, and Imran.
Yeah. Ashish is asking Pandya, is he the best all rounder in the world? He means Hardik, not the other one.
Hardik, I think, is the best all-rounder in the world at this point in time. I think with the kind of consistency that
On
he's
what
performed,
basis are you saying that, bro?
bro. I think the way he performed this season, I think bowling, batting, I think he's
On IPL
within.
performance, you're telling me.
Yeah, well, what else? What else do I have to change? He's been injured for the past
International
year.
performance.
But he's injured for the past year, right? On the basis of IPL performances right now, okay, he's not the best in the world. Obviously you're comparing him to
I
Stokes,
honestly don't. I honestly think over the last 2 years, he's not even the best Indian all rounder in the world.
but who else is there? Who else is there?
I'm telling you, he's not even the best Indian. This
Okay,
Jadeja,
but
I
कौन है
think, is
bowler
better
में?
than him. I think Ben Stokes is better than him.
Ben Stokes, you're just struggling with that one performance because he played
What?
there when Jack Leach won. You have to let it
Don't
go.
give me
Like,
that,
okay,
bro.
so
Don't give me that.
no,
Ben
I think
Stokes
I
is
think
good.
I think I think he can't compare to Ben Stokes. I think Ben Stokes is probably the best in the world right now. I guess I got a little carried away over there, but I think Hardik Pandya is the
Both,
best Indian
not only you,
all-round option.
Ashish also.
I think
No, look,
Hardik Pandya is the best Indian all-round option. I think even though Jaddu has been very good, I think Jaddu. will complement Hardik very well at number 7. I think Hardik Pandya is now your number 6 for sure.
But this question, I'm assuming he's asking best all round in the world. He's talking all formats. So I'm basing it on that. I'm not just talking about a
No, I
T20.
think I think I think he has a lot to left to be desired in test format for
Look
sure.
at Ben Stokes
He's
is
very
winning you Ashes matches on his own, bro. Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
no,
way.
that way I agree. I think in the T20 and the one day format, I still think that Hardik Pandya will give Stokes a good run for his money. I still think Stokes is better, but I think Hardik Pandya will give him a good run for his money, and I think he's the best Indian all-rounding option that is there. I think Jaddu will always complement Hardik Pandya as that second all-round option at number 7, but I think Hardik Pandya is definitely that number 6 for me for sure.
Ashish saying I'm biased to Gingers.
No,
KDB triple captain. No, but let me put it another way. Is Hardik Pandya the next Indian captain in the limited
no,
overs?
no. So I think that just give that to Rishabh Pant and just call it a day. It's a long term option. He gives you 5 7 good years. You don't have to worry about any changes about it or anything of that side of that kind at all. So
But
just
this
give him a few
argument
days.
of the trophy and everything will come again, right? Like Hardik Pandya had a weaker team, he won the trophy. Like he has a lot of power now, Hardik Pandya, I think.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't think that should matter. I think you should give him give him a little bit of a benefit of the doubt. You have to give him enough. Um, uh, you have to give, like I said, again, Hardik Pandya is again. He's 30 years old. He's going through that phase where in 2 3 years you take a lot out of him when you play a game of cricket with Hardik Pandya because he bats, he bowls, he fields. Uh, he's already that all-round option. So you have to have like a Rishabh Pant who's behind the wickets. He's seeing everything from a I guess a more open sense. And then like Dhoni, he really improved his game and improved his captaincy every game after game. I think Punt can do that. So I think Punt should be the long term option. Punt is only 24, 25. He has 8 good years of cricket left in him. At least for 32, 33, at least I think he'll play all formats.
Yeah.
So he's your probably your, in my personal opinion, a captain option. But I think KL Rahul will get it at least for the next 2 3 years.
I personally loved his captaincy. Like captaincy, I'm not going to say anything. The only reason the all-rounder thing, I'm very strong about that in my argument is because, bro, like over the last year, he said that he's an all-rounder, but he's playing as a batsman. He's not bowling. Think take a break. Like Ben Stokes, he took a break, right? Like even though it was a different issue for
Yeah,
him, he took
yeah,
a break. Like if you have a injury, take a break. And I honestly felt that 2 years is too much to be injured. He's been injured for 2 years.
yeah,
So
yeah,
he needs to work on that. He needs to work on his fitness. If you want to be the best in the world, you need to play all the big tournaments. You can't
yeah.
come in one T20 World Cup as a batsman, one T20 World Cup as a bowler. You can't do that, bro. You have
Yeah,
to
I
be.
agree. I think he
He's at
needs
the
to.
peak of his career. 26 to 30 is your 31, 32 is your peak. So
I agree completely, and I think that the BCCI I think had I personally believe even though that a lot of criticism was given to BCCI when they removed him from contract A to contract B or C, I think it was. I
yeah.
think the BCCI also said that the player is not bigger than the club, the country comes first, and if you're not performing and if you're not playing for the country, then you don't deserve one of those higher pay packages. And I think that's a very good indication that the BCCI is not going for player power, not getting, I guess, dubbed under player power, which is very important.
The bout. Yeah, no, I think, but yeah, overall, it was a great team performance, great captaincy. Um, and congratulations to Gujarat for winning the IPL. I just felt that it was too long of a tournament, but hopefully, we get to see a different kind of
I do
format.
miss it though. I won't lie. I do miss it now that it's not there.
Yeah, I mean, everyday cricket, you do miss that. But we have some. I'm actually very excited because we have some lot of cricket to look forward to, and we have some proper Test cricket at Lords to look forward to. So, Don, I will catch you very soon, and we'll preview that very soon. And take care. Any last thoughts on the IPL or anything that you wanted to say?
No, I'm just looking. Just it's been like you said, a little bit of a long tournament, but I think one of the tournaments that even through a lot of uncertainty went through pretty well. I think kudos to the BCCI to manage that, but I really hope that next season is that home and away games. I think that really adds a lot of flavor to the IPL games, and I think that would be something that they should look forward to. And I'm looking forward to the IPL from next year already.
100%, man. And it's great to see crowds back in numbers. It was we love to see that, and hopefully we get to see home and away next season.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you so much, Don. I will catch you very soon, and take care.